talk with that funky flash. No scripts, nah, just truth and tone. Thunder in the wires, Tampa grown. When Schoolie speaks, better lean in close. When shooter fires, everybody knows we the thunder. Feel that sound, bassline thick, make it bounce around. Port that funk, hit play and stay. Tampa Bay, all damn day. Benchmark arena, feel that sway. Boats on ice, let them skate that way. Say it loud, let the whole world know. Lightning Hockey, we the thunder. Shooters games, late night grind. Hype in the chat, still sharp on the mic. Schoolie cool, call it like it is. Break down plays, don't miss a shift. Coots with the sauce, point and flight. Fastest slam doors every night. Who got the takes? Who bring the heat? Shooter. From the couch to the rink, say it with your chest. See that thunder, funk it out. Clap your hands, let the speaker shout. Benchmark rockin', Tampa Bay, blue and white. All damn day, from the season grind to the go home blow. It's Lightning Hockey. We the thunder. We the thunder. We the thunder. Woo. We the thunder. Hey, hey. We the thunder. We the thunder.
Welcome to We
That's it?
the Thunder. I'm Shooter. Got my friend and teammate Sammy here. We just watched the game together. Thomas Schoolie, you're at home. Hey, maybe the key is we just should both not go to games because Bolts win at home in overtime. Nikita Kucherov scores a goal. Brandon Hagel gets a Gordie Howe hat trick, the first one in franchise history in the playoffs. And JJ Mosier scores the game-winning overtime goal. It's like what we've dreamt about for a couple years now. Thomas Schoolie, we haven't even talked. We just went live. Instant reaction here.
2 of the 3 goals were scored by shooting the puck. I mean,
Well,
that
most
Mosier
are.
goal, the Mosier goal, shooting the puck. The Hagel goal, shooting the puck. Don't pass, just shoot the dang thing. And I know Tuesday you said you didn't think this was a must-win, and I said I thought it was. I thought you couldn't go into Montreal 0-2. Now we're 2-11 at home in the playoffs the last couple of years, so we're a better team on the road. So let's go up to Montreal now and take 2.
Agreed. Hey, with that officiating, I don't want to go to Montreal. If we get that shit in our home barn,
Well-
imagine. Hey, never want to blame the refs, but not been good. Let's be real here. Let's be real.
There's going to be some talk about the refs tonight. It was, you couldn't, you never want to blame the refs, but man, tonight, especially in the overtime, some egregious missed calls, but we're going to break it down from the top.
Listen, Francis St. Laurent was our ref for the very first game, for game 1, and he is known not to call penalties in the Lightning's favor. So, having not him was good for us tonight.
Well, it was still a Canadian ref from Quebec who's from less than 2 hours from Montreal. You think the NHL could maybe pick someone from Denver, Colorado to ref the game.
I didn't realize I got invited to conspiracy theory fucking podcast here.
All right.
But hey, wait. Can we get a shout out to fucking JJ Moser?
What a goal.
His first fucking OT goal ever, right? That's not what he said?
It's got to be his first playoff overtime game ever.
Yeah.
Or overtime goal ever.
No, I think they said OT. Whatever. He scored the goal. How do you say fucking goal in Swiss? Yeah. Scheiße.
Good question. I think we're gonna find out in the post game show or the post game that they're doing.
Oh, he spoke English, actually.
Well, I'm talking about like the interviews that the media does afterwards, not the one at the arena.
I still think they're doing it in English, though.
I'm connecting right now to our board because we're opening up the phone lines, and we have not done this in a while. So I'm going to do that right now and get connected, and the lines are going to be open. So if you want to join us and call in and give us your take on tonight's game. We're going to break it down from the top of the game and all the way to that game-winning goal with Mosier. There's a lot to talk about with this game.
So
We had
JJ Moser became the first Swiss-born defenseman in NHL history to score an overtime winner during the Stanley Cup playoffs.
unbelievable. I loved that play. I called it.
You did.
I called
You
it.
did. I called
I
for it.
said, I stood up. I said, we're going to win this face-off and score a goal.
You did.
We won the face-off. JJ Mosier just keeps it inside the blue line, jukes a guy, puts the puck on net. We didn't even have traffic in front. He just beat the goalie. He just beat Dobbs, who faced 9 or 10 shots in overtime. I don't know if Montreal ended up getting a shot in overtime. If they did, it was one.
No, sip. It was 8 sip. And truly, to your point, hey, how about take some shots, right? Take some shots. Good things will happen. I can stop
And-
those east-west
And what did I
passes.
say? What did I say last week? Point needed to get sent down a line. What did they do? Send Point down a line. Because
Hey,
I'm
you got a great
having
point.
the milk cartons built right now as we speak. If anybody can find his ass in Tampa, please make sure he gets on that plane to Montreal, unless he isn't going to play.
He Point did play better. I'll give him some credit. He had some.
He has on goal tonight.
We need him to score goals.
He needs to go.
We need him to
He needs
score
go.
goals.
And you know, the fact that Cruz scored in what, 3 years? 3 years since scored last time?
Yes, April 2023
That's
was
huge.
the last time Kucherov scored a playoff goal. He's still producing. He's still getting goals, or not getting goals, but he's getting assists. So they're not shutting him down completely, but man, he needed that goal tonight. He got it. By the way, the phone number, you guys better call because I'm connected now.
What is it, 911?
Don't call 911. The Lightning scored an overtime goal. Call 911. 813-995-7498. It's at the bottom of the chat there on the screen. So give us a call. We're going to break down the game right now. We want to hear.
Montreal had 0 shots in overtime.
Can I call in? Can I call in?
You're here. You're already here.
All right, we're gonna break it down.
Bolts- the Bolts
This
had
is a wild
9 shots
prediction.
in-
This is a wild prediction. We're gonna break
The
all
Bolts had
down.
nine shots in overtime. The Habs had 0 shots in
There you
overtime.
go. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Now, here's the prediction.
And the Lightning actually
Game
had more
6.
shots every period except for the first period. Bolts had 6 in the first, Montreal 12. Bolts had 11 in the second, Montreal had 9. Bolts had 8 in the third period, Montreal had 6, and then 9 in overtime, Montreal had 0, finished 34-27. And Montreal controlled that game for most of the game. They just
Wasn't our
were
best game.
missing.
Two
They were
periods.
missing the net. We are so lucky. And Vasi was left high and dry several times and had half the net empty. He's lucky that they missed the net. Even for the first 5 minutes, there was like 3 shots that they had a wide open net that they could have scored in and missed the net each time.
Yeah, and actually, you know what you just remind me of? JJ Mosier had a wide open net in the third period before Cooch scored, so we really needed that game tying goal. And man, he really had half that net open, and he hit the post. So sweet redemption for JJ Mosier getting that overtime win. All right, so let's start from the top. We've got Sabrin in for Geeky. We will discuss that for sure because that was almost a disaster at the end of this game. Carlisle gets the start. Man, Carlisle's impressed me all season long when he's come in. So he's in for Destouce, who's injured out after that game 1 hit from Anderson. And then to start off the game, we've got some action. Point gets really one of the first chances of the game, but doesn't even shoot it on net. Gage dropped a puck to him right in the slot and didn't even get a shot on goal. Driving me nuts, Schoolie. You're in my head with this negative Point talk, so now I'm just watching him every time he's on the ice. And then we get a Montreal penalty, but Lightning cannot convert on the power play. We end up 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. And then finally, the Bolts not only win the game in overtime, get the monkey off their back, win at home, but score the first goal. Brandon Hagel. We can't hear it, but you guys can hear that goal
Good horn.
right now. We can't hear the sound effects.
What's the percentage of teams winning a playoff game when they score the first goal?
You better know that stat if you're going to bring it up.
It's like 48%. No, sorry, 58%.
I was going to say it's got to be over.
No,
50.
it's 58%. That's
So,
what we're down there. You got to score that fucking first goal.
What I loved
First goal.
about that goal was Hagel did it all by himself. He shoots, Montreal player blocks the shot. I do want to talk about Montreal blocking way more shots than us. And then gets his own rebound, throws it on net. There was traffic in front. He had Sorelli right in front of the goalie, and Lightning go up 1-0. And then right after that, Kucherov takes a shot from Lilleberg off the ankle and hobbles off. So thankfully, Kuch seemed fine. And then we had this weird play where Montreal takes a penalty, and then Kuch, it looked like to me, Kucherov gets interfered with. Come to find out after a scrum, Kucherov gets an interference penalty.
Yeah, he did.
And one of these plays, we've seen this all season where everybody on the ice is kind of going at it, and somehow, even though we had the penalty or the power play first because they had that penalty and we had a delayed penalty going on, somehow the Lightning end up on the penalty kill after that first kind of scrum with everyone. Like,
First
how
off,
do you-
I think it was kind of stupid for them to hold the delayed penalty for Kucherov to get better, so that then he could get back on the ice, so that they can try the 6-on-5. And then what happens is he does the interference, gets called for. But
Call is right, though. There's nothing wrong
yeah,
with
the
that.
call was right, definitely. But
That's
I don't know
strong.
if I would have held back for that delayed penalty that long, waiting for Cooch
Sure.
to get better. I would have threw someone else on the ice, and then we might have win on the power play.
But twice that happened, because that happened in the end of the first period, too. There's a big-ass scrum, and we come up with one penalty. One. And that's on us.
Yeah.
Seriously? There's 10 guys fighting. We get one penalty. You're trying to... Sorry.
It's happened
It
all
was-
season long, though. We've seen that all season long, where everybody seems to be involved, but the Lightning somehow get the extra penalty. Has it not happened all season?
All season.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Is that because we're the goon team now? I don't
We
know.
are. We are. That was what was
Yeah.
getting me frustrated after the first period of this game. I was like, are we just a team that likes to fight and hit and not win and score goals? Because at some point, sure, you need both, but like you got to score goals, right? And I don't know. That's kind of this team's identity across the league is a bunch of
Well,
goons.
and the identity also is if you put Subarin in, then you're trying to fight.
So let's talk about that then.
Let's start. Can I do this? Can I do this? He has one job. So he gets Geeky's spot. He has one job. That's to take out Anderson. I get it.
Right.
2 minutes left of the game.
Right. That should have
Two
been.
on the board?
It should have been at the opening face-off. He should have.
Exactly. Why is he even on the ice with 2 minutes to
Yeah.
go on a 2-2 game? And he takes that fucking penalty. He did his job, but it's not the right time of the game, right? Can't do it. You just can't do it. Question is, why is he even on the ice at that point?
Well,
Yeah.
so do you guys put him in this game? Because
I wouldn't.
Yes.
I knew Geeky after Geeky takes that penalty and doesn't contribute a whole lot in game one. I knew Geeky's going, but I think I might have said it after last game. I think you put Bjorkstrand back in. As much as we want to hate on Bjorkstrand, he had pretty much all his goals on the power play. We went over 3 on the power play.
And he is real good in the playoffs, except for last year. Well, he didn't play last year, but he's known for his playoff skills. So why they are still holding him out, I don't know. Well, I mean, the Subarin in tonight, I think, was a statement. And you saw it all over social media. As soon as I posted it today, it was, he's going to be there to kick some ass. You saw it on Montreal's pages. You saw it on daily face-off pages. All these pages everywhere was the Lightning were bringing him in to fight. And I think that was the mentality going into the game, is that they figured this was going to be. And could that have maybe said, hey, you guys are going to have to call more on Tampa because they're bringing this guy in to fight? Possibly.
I like that theory. I have no problem with that. I still argue.
And they got this.
2 minutes left in a 2-2 game. It's not the time and the place. You have to
And
do
the
that
reason,
in the game. You
the
can't put
reason
your own
why
behind.
this was this way was because of the whole Florida Panthers Tampa Bay Lightning thing in the preseason. You know, it was they got caught admitting that he was brought in to kick some ass for the Florida Panthers. Coop was fined. He was fined. He was suspended. So as soon as now he's known as the person that you're going to bring in to fight. So this is something the Lightning have painted their own picture. And when you go in after what Anderson did after game one and you say immediately Sabrin will be in for game two, then you know that that's what he's there for.
Sure. And, okay. I probably wouldn't have done it in the playoffs, but he did. Fine. But there's a time and a place. I repeat it again. 2 minutes left of the game in a 2-2 game.
Should have been at the beginning of the game.
By the way, you didn't even fight him. You just run him from behind for no reason.
Yep.
Horrible.
Oh my God! Could you imagine this post-game show if we lost the game in the last 2 minutes on the power?
So
or on
as
the
much
penalty
as I
kill?
love Cooper, it's not a good decision to put him out there in that shift. What are you doing out there?
Hey, I gotta give a shout out. We're getting some really good comments here in the chat. Hagel needs to be the next captain. That's our next shirt. That's our last shirt. Hagel needs to be the captain of this team. I don't know where our captain is. I hope he's fine. I hope he's okay. I don't know where he's at.
I've seen this. I've actually seen this all over X tonight. That Hagel, about Hagel being the next captain.
That's all I'm going to talk about in the offseason. That is all I'm going to talk about. That's my goal in life, is for Brandon Hagel to be the next captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He should be. He 100% should be the captain.
His intensity brings something that
He will be.
I think the only other person that has the same intensity as him is Yanni Gord. I think he is the only scorer.
Wait, this guy? This guy? By the way,
Yeah.
first period, this is right where we're talking about. Gives him the old chicken wings.
I don't think that's chicken wing.
Bob Hogan or
Right,
the,
I think
or the
he's
old
trying to
school,
be like a
chicken
muscle
wing.
man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Yanni has
I
been
saw
all
I
over
saw
the place.
Jay
Let's
Retchard
give
put
him a
out. Was he
If
doing
that's
the
way we're
maroon
going,
chicken wing
then Hagel's the
again?
captain. You put, Gord as an A. You have to take it away from Koosh, away from Point. You got to put
Yeah,
those guys up.
They alternate the alternate. So
I know, but if we're going for energy, right? So who's your third then?
listen, I'm not ready to give him one of these, but Chris Cole with another chat. This is why we had to pause for the chats are fire tonight. James brought the juice, and not just in overtime. I think the whole game, throughout the game, he got hit in the first period, cross-checked in the face. I don't know if that's how he busted his lip open, but he definitely did by overtime when he took another cross-check to the face. Neither one of those were called, but I thought James was amazing. He almost won the game in overtime too. So
And
good
Coop
comment.
said something after the last game, how he got injured and then came right back, and he said he thought that was a huge moment for James, to be able to shake that injury off last game and come back out there and play the way he played. And I think as a young kid like Dominic James, hearing that from your coach in the presser to actually bring that up and say, I think that gave him a little extra juice today, being like, hey, I'm getting noticed. I want to be on this team. I want to contribute to this team. I want to be all the way to the end. I mean, you remembered he was tearing it up before he got injured. And now literally he just gets reactivated. And again, every single game now in the playoffs, Dominic James's name has been brought up.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. All right, let's continue. First period. So again, that whole we have a delayed penalty. That scrum breaks out. Cooch ends up getting the interference call. So you'd think it'd be even, but no. Somehow we still end up with the extra guy in the box, and then Montreal goes on the power play, scores their first goal to tie it up. Hudson off Chernak. Like, how much more unlucky can we get? That puck bounced off Chernak past Vassy. Power play or the PK was super tired, which has also been a theme last game. When they score their power play goals, our guys just get stuck out there and they can't clear the puck. Credit to Montreal for keeping the puck and cycling it. That's when James got hit in the face, no call. And then Tampa Bay gets a penalty. Nick Paul gets one of the softest cross-check penalties you will ever see in the playoffs. And we saw it throughout the game by Montreal, not called.
Maybe the second. Cirelli's penalty on Sunday was maybe worse.
You were there. He pulled him down.
It was a 50-50 fucking play. It's the playoffs, man. Come on.
Well, that was also a case of like a player kind of diving too. Like,
all right,
he pulled him down and the guy went down pretty hard. They kill it off, right? Doesn't really end up mattering. 1-1 going into the second period, and then the fight, the most exciting part of this game, happens in the second period.
You see Stephanie's comment right there.
Hold on, Stephanie. I'll get to you, but hold on. Let's. Oh my God. Look at this. So Slafowski gets the first 3 punches, but doesn't really land much. And then Hagel just outweights him. Look at Cirelli. He's like, you got him. Look at that hit. He went night for a second there. Man, like once again, who should be the captain of this team? He's right there. He's on the screen right now.
He'll be the captain. Yeah.
And then said, "Do you want the towel for your tears?"
So I look for these moments that can change a series. This is one of those moments. This is one of those moments where you go, we've been struggling. We lost the first game. We didn't play well in the first 2 periods. That's the shit that changes things.
Do you know what we've seen because Hagel does this in the playoffs? Like literally any of the last couple of years that Hagel's been on, if we would have won the Stanley Cup, I think he should have been, he was a front runner for any kind of Conn Smythe because Hagel just does everything in these playoffs. But you watch next game, they're going to be coming after him because this is going to be shown 900 times in Montreal. This is going to be shown 900 times just from Shooter.
Just tonight.
Yeah. So literally they are going to come after him on Thursday night. So how the Bolts are going to respond to that is going to be important because they cannot let him get injured like he did last year and get the concussion and be out of the playoffs. They need to protect him. And that's got to be known going in. I did like that they ended up finishing with Cirelli and him on the same line with Cooch because I think they are best friends and 2 peas in a pod. And they know exactly what each other is thinking. And if you put anybody on a line with Cooch, it just makes you that much better. Except for Braden Point.
Well, they are what Cooch and Point are. What do I read? Like 75% of the time, minutes, those 2 have played together for all their
Friday? Oh, game's Friday. And by the way, everybody's staying out of everybody's staying out of Amalie because there is no more Amalie.
But I agree with you. Cirelli, Hagel. So now we got the 1-2 punch, right?
Yeah, and Matt has offended Schooley here. You're not allowed back in the building, whatever we're calling it these days.
Benchmark?
Benchmark, yeah, well, that was the thing. He called it an Amalie. Everyone still calls it Amalie. Benchmark, International Arena. Orozco, F the NHL, F the refs, F Josh Anderson, F, JJ Mosier. There you go. All right, second period, the fight happens, definitely changes momentum, but Montreal gets the next goal, of course. Somehow we let this goon, Josh Anderson, score goals against us every single game. Like, I don't understand. he's not a great player. He's got some longevity, but man, he gets the goal, and Montreal takes the lead. Point had a great chance in the second period to score, and I think he completely missed the net.
Can we go back to Anderson's goal? That's
Yeah.
the fucking shit
Okay.
I hate. As a coach, and I did use the coach, you can't have 3 guys in front of your own net and let a guy just fucking walk around you and score a goal. Seriously, you cannot. Unacceptable.
Because
Yeah,
they're
no.
more concerned about fighting him than they are.
No, it's not
him
like he's just skating fucking right in front of our goalie. We have 3 guys right on him, and no one's putting on his fucking back. Right? You can't
No,
do that.
they-
You cannot let him just skate through there. Right? It doesn't matter who it is. It happened to be him. It could have been Suzuki. It could have been anyone. Right? And we're known for playing physical. Yeah, put it up.
I'm trying to find
Yeah,
it.
put it up.
here. Yeah, this is it.
Put it up. Dude, he beats all 3 to the puck. Come on, guys.
So let's fast
Sammy,
forward
stop
here.
grabbing your mic. It echoes
1,
real
2,
loud.
3.
When you do
Three
Yeah.
guys surrounding
3,
him.
yeah.
You got to take a stick. You got to take a body. You got to do something. You can't have all
No,
3
You
guys
cannot.
surrounding him and nothing happening. So yeah, tough goal there, and things didn't look good because the Lightning finally get that first
Shitter.
goal.
Shitter.
Yes.
Tell him to stop grabbing his mic.
Stop touching your mic. Hands down. Sorry.
No,
keep his hands off.
it's making a chinging sound.
Oh, he does.
on-
I'm sorry.
on
I'm
podcast.
Montreal. So Montreal scores, and then at the end of the second period, McDonough gets a roughing call for hitting Caulfield into the boards. It was a very aggressive check, so I can't really disagree with it. But Caulfield's also like 5'5", so where is he supposed to hit him? And based on other stuff that we saw in the game, once again, like you got to call it both ways.
But can you replay that? Because what leads up to it? McDonough fucks it up, puts a muffin up, he turns it over, gets frustrated. That's why he does it. You have it up?
Well, no, this is the goal. I don't have that play
okay.
pulled
okay.
up.
Oh, that's a goal again.
But no, bad penalty. It leads on to the third period where they have the advantage at the beginning of the third period, and they survive that penalty. This is when Hagel made this whole play happen, has a couple moves, dangles a little bit, finds J.J. Mosier in front. Mosier's got more than half the net open and hits the post, but there's a happy ending to that story. And then Montreal gets a penalty, but during this power play, the Lightning only get 1 shot on goal. So again, 0 for 3 on the power play. If they're going to win the series, they've got to figure out how to score some more power play goals. At least they were doing that in game 1. And then Tampa Bay goal, Nikita Kucherov, finally, since April 20th, 2023. This was Hagel bouncing it off the backboard. I don't think on purpose. I think he just missed the net, although they have been trying to do some funny things off the boards. But Cooch grabs it, wraps it around all day, and I was still nervous he wasn't going to score that goal. But he gets on the board, gets the monkey off his back, and Hagel gets the assist, and that puts him in that Gordie Howe range, or Gordie Howe hat trick. 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 fight. First time ever a Lightning player has done that in the playoffs.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
unbelievable.
Braden Hagel interview after the game on what worked well in overtime, which was not being kind to the team. I think enough was enough, and I think everyone kind of knew that in the dressing room and going into overtime, we knew what works. That was probably the best hockey we played in this series, to be honest, in overtime. I think it was fun to watch, and that's a good thing for our team. We can kind of remember that feeling and remember the way we played and what worked, because it was a clinic in overtime for us.
It's not wrong.
Well, I have some opinions on that overtime. They played a very dangerous game in overtime with how aggressive that they were playing. Think about it. How many times did you see Lilleberg was up in front of the goalie? Chernak almost tipped one in front of the goalie. They had the defense really pushing. and the
Had
danger with
Montreal
that
been
is
able to go to the other way, it would have been a real bad odd
they
man
could have had
rush.
easily 2-on-1 going the other way or a breakaway, but things finally went the Lightning way, and they were able to. I mean, they did dominate that period. So you got to give them
Corey Perry on the
first
overtime.
game to play in OT, but you got to. You know, you don't win in overtime at home. You've got to fucking play like that.
My perspective there is maybe a little different, right? Again, looking at it from a higher level, you took that game over in the third, right? Don't fucking back off. They were on their heels. So you have all the momentum. If you're going to start playing conservative, no, you're fucking all in at that point. All in. You have to. You just have to. Once you start backing off.
My thought was they knew they had to win this game.
Yeah.
What they couldn't go 1-12 in the last 3 years in the playoffs at home. They had to get a win at home, and they were going to do everything they could. Corey Perry on the overtime, we just kept rolling, just kept going, kept putting the puck in, kept getting after their D. That's how we play. We play fast. We were out of our zone quick, and a hell of a shot by Mo.
All right, back up what you said right there. We got our zone. So let's get back to fundamentals throughout the two games. Fundamentals. Our issues has been one. We can't get out of our own zone. Right? We've been struggling with that
Yeah.
all series. And that turnaround in that third period, then they carried it. Right? Because when we execute get out of the zone with speed, we're better than most teams. When we don't, we don't. Right? So the fundamentals. Two, you called it. Shots. Do we have to pass east-west every fucking time? We're in the playoff, guys. Pucks on net, right?
Yeah. And then we're shooting.
Fundamentals, right? And then you turn the momentum around and, hey, nope, this is just one more game out of hopefully 6, right? Could be 7. I think this is going to go all the way. I think so, too. And the longer it goes, it's going to get in our advantage because of the experience. I'm taking nothing away from Montreal. It's a fantastic team. They're well coached. They're fast, but they have no experience.
How many game 7s have players on Montreal played in?
Maybe Anderson.
They'll have a handful. They'll have a handful of guys, but not compared to us.
No. And
They have six people that played for them the last time we played in the finals.
Wow, they still have that many players on their roster from 2021.
Yeah, but still, dude, we have one of their players on our team.
True.
Corey Perry.
Yeah.
Corey Perry wasn't going out like that.
Hey, can we play him all the way to the conference finals and then fucking scratch him for the finals?
Well, I mean, don't get me started on the playoff format because, I mean, this could, once again, first round for Lightning could be a matchup that could have been a great Eastern Conference final.
Oh, you're saying we could play Carolina in the next round?
No, we can't play Carolina.
No.
It's this matchup.
He was saying it should be 1 from 8.
Oh,
that
one-
this
I
could
get it.
end
I get
up
that.
If
being-
it's 1 through 8, maybe these two teams play in the Eastern Conference compared to how they have it set up now, where we have.
Oh
our
yeah,
own
I hate the format.
bracket.
I
So
fucking
yeah,
hate it.
don't.
And today they actually
Forget about
questioned
that.
Batman.
Yeah. Well, I'm all with you.
Batman
Go
took
back to the old
questions
fucking format.
today.
This is bullshit. So we're eliminating 4 of the best teams in the league in the first round because of why? Give me a reason.
Well, they like
Well,
these. these
Batman
first-round
says it's the best first round matchups out of any pro sports. That's
Yeah,
why.
how about getting the best matchups in the conference finals? Why are we trying to do that in the first round?
Meanwhile, conference finals in a lot of cases is garbage. Florida, Carolina, for example. So I don't know. What are you going to do?
But
There's
today,
more games,
today
there's more-
Batman, they interviewed Batman today. He was up in Buffalo. By the way, Buffalo lost to Boston. They're tied 1-1 going back to Boston now. We jinxed it the other night, so I didn't say anything until after they lost. But Batman was in answering questions. This time it was asked about the point format. Would they be changing the point format? Because you have someone like Anaheim who only got in because of how many overtimes they went into. And then you had someone like Philly who got in because of overtimes also. So it was brought up to that. He said it's a rare occasion. They will not be changing the formula for the points. But if several seasons this happens, then they would have to reevaluate it. But this seems to be only
So
a
what you're
one.
saying is that we should go just straight 8-1, 1-8, no matter what division you're in.
No, the point they're
Yeah.
saying 2 points for a win,
Well, that's
two
well, he's
points
talking
for a win, and
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
overtime.
Oh,
You go to overtime, you get a point.
yeah. Well, if this,
Right.
you lose, you should have no points. That's what
right,
you're trying to say, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Or-
what they want to do. And so he was asked
Yeah,
about that
I'm all
today.
for that.
And then the
or
other
you go to
thing
European
was-
model, when you have 3 points for a regulation win, you get 2 points for an OT or shootout, and you get 1 point for losing. So there's always 3 points divided by 2 teams. The problem with that is that it fucks up all the statistics, right? You can't go back 100 years and say and compare what happened back in the day, right? Plus,
Yeah,
when you go to the 3 point system, now you got to have teams that runs away with it early, right? So that's not an option either. I 100% agree with you guys. Let's go to 2 points for a win, 0 for the loser. I don't care how you lost.
Then you
Yeah,
don't
that's what
get
we're doing,
these,
right?
yeah, and then you don't get these guys kind of coasting the last 5 minutes of a game, especially if it's East versus West, where it's like,
Right.
let's just hold on and grab a point while we can, right?
Right.
And then they're fighting to win the game. Like, I don't know. So
And
Yeah,
then
no,
the
it's
other
not-
thing that was
and it
brought
fucks
up was
and it fucks up,
expansion.
like, these teams are like they're fine and getting in that playoff spot. They're 3 points behind, and they see the team behind ahead of them losing a game and they get a point. Like,
Yeah.
No, let's fucking change it.
Expansion was brought up, and he said the price tag for expansion will be more than $1 billion for the deposit now.
crazy. It's worth it though. I mean, you think about Jeff
They-
Vinnick's
he
investment.
He said that has not deterred people from inquiring about expansion.
So have you guys done it? Have you done a poll on your fans or your subscribers on what we want to do with the point system?
We have not.
should.
We'll tackle that in the off season.
Because I don't trust the two of you that much.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys, though. I do.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. So to wrap up regulation, we kind of talked a little bit about it, but Sabarin with the awful
Oh my
penalty.
God.
Now, I don't know. Do you keep him in the lineup for game 3 after almost the worst case scenario happening? Does he have to stay in the lineup to be our tough guy?
Yes.
I say no.
I want Bjorkstrand. I want Bjorkstrand to get a shot. I want him on the power play again.
But you have to put him on the fourth line, though, right?
He would be on the 4th line. Yeah. Well, even carrying over into overtime, we're like, wait a minute, why is Sabarin out there? He took 2 or 3 shifts in overtime.
Yeah, I think-
And I said, well, because Cooper wants to probably get Corey Perry on the ice because that guy's got a knack of, I don't know how many game 7 game-winning goals he's, or not
Yeah,
game
but,
7.
but you do know
but
as a coach is allowed to actually put 2 guys on the line and then double shift Kush
maybe
or
he
a point or whoever else. You don't have to play the same fucking guys on the fourth line.
I think they do because I think they're going to come after Hagel next game. And so I think you have to have him in there.
Maybe.
Because
what's he going to do? He's not out there with Hagel.
no, but I think you're going to
You
need
send
him
next
to.
shift. I get all
and-
that, right?
Let's-
But the problem is when you go after the guy with 2 minutes left of the game, you can't do that.
Let's send a message before the final 2 minutes of the game.
Exactly right. Exactly. I guess my point is that you can mix and match. Imagine putting out Hagel is so fucking hot, right? You put up Perry, James, and double shift Hagel in that fourth line in the overtime.
Yeah.
Instead of Sabarin.
But we
Another
also know
good guy,
that Cube
but-
likes to go.
Right? There's a difference in scale, experience, you know.
Coop likes to go 11-7 also. So maybe
Is
neither one
Crozier
of them.
ready? If Crozier's ready, maybe that's the solution.
They said Crozier was ready. They said him or
Heard.
Carlisle could go in today, and they chose Carlisle. So you know he likes to go 11-7, especially on the road in playoffs. So maybe Severin and Bjorkstrand sit next game, and you see Crozier and Carlisle in.
James wasn't playing on that 4th line. Actually, it was and I'm talking about tonight. It was Perry, Sabarin, and I I think Gergensen was on that fourth line. Yeah.
Let's switch that up.
Lorosco's saying go Bjorkstrand, Perry, James. James has earned more minutes this next game. I don't know what line that is. Probably the third line with. I mean, he was mixing it up so much tonight. It was tough to keep track at some points in the game.
But he always does that because, to your point, he loves that 11 and 7. No one is comfortable. I can mix and match. It's all good. I love it. I have no problem with that. I just don't see why you play him that late in the game. Why do you play him in the OT when you have all these other options? But hey, they won.
Doesn't matter.
They won. So who cares, right? If they would have lost, we probably have debated this for like 4 hours,
we'd just be complaining about the Sovereign playing at all in overtime. But yeah, you gotta. I mean, imagine how great he felt when they killed that penalty off. He's like, my career is saved.
And won.
Yeah.
And won. Oh my God! If they would have scored on that power play, he would have gone like, I'm done.
So the two plays that I mentioned earlier, Dominic James in overtime checked in the face. I think that is when he busted his lip because they showed him shortly after that with.
So that should have been a 4-minute penalty. Right?
It should have been a 4-minute double minor.
What do you should have, could have? Do you think it bit
his lip? It wasn't.
I know, but it should have, right? I mean, come on.
And then Mosier gets hit by Anderson way after the whistle. And we're watching, by the way, at this point, we switched over to ESPN, but at this point, we're watching Sportsnet, the Canadian broadcast. Even the Canadian broadcasters are like, Montreal is playing with fire right now. One of those. I know it's overtime. You don't want to call anything unless it's like a delay of game is usually like the overtime go-to, because how are you going to explain not calling a guy flipping the puck out of the rink? But, man, like those were two pretty egregious non-calls. Didn't matter, though. Super aggressive play pays off. A huge face-off win. I don't know who that face-off win was, but let's look. We got it pulled up. Let's look and see. I don't even know if this goes back far enough. No, we just got Mosier here. Oh, and the ref called it too. So Cirelli wins the face-off. Mosier makes a move. I want to see more of our guys making a move and making the plays that we saw.
Look at Radish, though. Look at Radish on that. He does give a kind of screen there.
We'll see. They'll show it again. I thought Kucherov might have tipped it in because they showed him kind of high-fiving there. And then, of course, you hold your breath here because was he offsides? And watch, I think we're going to see the replay of how close this was to offsides. Nah, it didn't go back that far. So, yeah, it did look like you had and again, look how far up Radish is on that play. If we lose the puck, we're relying on Kuch or Hagel to be back covering on D.
Or Vasi.
Hey, like the great Buccaneers coach says, no risk it, no biscuit. And yeah, the Lightning, they put it out there tonight.
Or like we say in the beer leagues, we have a goalie.
Got a goalie. Freaky Frank. Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
Didn't make the stop in overtime last night.
Well, that was
we were shorthanded though.
That is true.
They do call penalties at the shithole known as TSA in overtime, going into overtime.
I don't understand why those refs ended up at benchmark night though.
Yeah, I know they were of French Canadian descent, but yeah, what a game for the Bolts. I just hope it's like, hey, we finally won at home again. We finally won in overtime. Like, we're back on track. We won't know until what happens this weekend. Friday night, Sunday night in Montreal. Those games are not going to be easy, but I like our guys on the road.
Oh, 100%.
Nightmare. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is why I said I thought they should have started the playoffs on the road. That I didn't want them to win that home ice.
No, I still would rather have a game 7 at home if it goes to game 7. Still want it here.
By the way, the news came out today from Cooper. Hedman is not expected to be back for the first round. He was skating again in the morning skate before the morning skate this morning, and he came out and said he is not expected to be back for this round.
All right.
Well, they're going to have to do it without him.
Next man up.
It's not like they didn't do it earlier in the season. I mean, there was part of this season where we were unbeatable without Hedman, without McDonough. And McDonough had maybe one of his worst playoff games with the Lightning tonight.
Oh,
he was not great
not good.
tonight.
Had a couple block shots though.
I know everybody says Hedman, we don't need him because we did so well. I'd say one thing though, the team
Hi,
is so
me.
much calmer. Oh, you gotta go.
No, he doesn't like Hedman.
Oh,
No.
you didn't like Hedman. I will say this though, team is so much calmer when he's on the ice.
No,
We're not panicking.
they're
when the
scared
puck-
shitless when he's on the ice. They got to
Alright,
cover
we
old
agree.
Geritol, man.
A healthy Hedman is gonna help this team.
If he's healthy.
Oh,
If he's
dude, we
healthy.
don't need a Hedman coming back from the Olympics. Hedman, that's not gonna help us. But a healthy Hedman will make the team better.
All right, let's break down the stats and then let's get out of here. We'll do some predictions for Friday night too. Shots on goal, 34-27 Bolts. Face-offs, huge improvement on face-offs. We won that battle 52-48%. The power play, they were 1 for 4. We were 0 for 3. Got to fix that. Penalty kill played a little bit better throughout this game. That first goal was the power play goal for them, and then they killed out 3 straight. Penalty minutes, we don't really care about. Hits, 43-34. This game in the first period was probably at least half of those hits because both teams came out hitting hard. Block shots, I want to talk about this one. 25 for Montreal. They were blocking everything in the middle of the ice. 15 for the Lightning. Now, we saw the Lightning not have many block shots last night, or not last night, game 1 either. Do you guys think this is Bassey saying, I would rather see the puck than you guys potentially blocking a shot and it going in like the first goal tonight, which wasn't, that was kind of an incidental thing. But I mean, I got to imagine like Bassey's saying, let me see it. Don't get out of the way. Don't block it. It might get deflected and go in.
So the one weakness that the entire league has figured out with Bassey is shots with traffic. Shots from blue line in traffic, that's where he struggles.
Yeah, he's not good
Yeah,
at
so he wants to
tracking.
see the puck.
He's not good at tracking when he has traffic. So,
And don't get me
or
wrong,
when-
he's still the best goalie in our era, right? 100%. But if there's one weakness, is the shots through traffic that goes in.
Yeah.
When he sees the puck, he'll save him fucking 99 out of 100.
I'd still rather see them with 17 shots on net. Or think about it. Montreal blocked 25 shots. They only had 27 shots on net. So I don't know. I think I guess the other side of that is, hey, you block less shots, you have less injuries.
True.
So I don't know. I expect Stanley Cup winning teams to be blocking a lot of shots. Giveaways. 21 giveaways by Montreal. We did not make them pay enough for giving the puck up 21 times.
I didn't realize that. How many did we have?
15. We gave it up plenty, but they were giving it up a lot at some points in the game, and then we were just not getting good chances off that. And credit to Montreal's defense because they really, really shut down the center of the ice and our guys like to get close to the net. I think that's Point's problem is he just likes to get as close as possible to shoot the puck. And a good job by Montreal by clogging up the middle there, blocking shots and playing defense. But tonight was our night, finally. Overtime win. J.J. Mosier, of all people, snipes one, and the Bolts tie the series. It ain't over yet. I want to see these Montreal fans. What are they saying? Is Orozco out there? What are these Montreal fans whining about now? Or let me guess, they're complaining about the refs, I bet.
They're whining about everything. Again, if I knew French better, I would probably listen to them. Well, stats. There's only one stat that matters at the end of the night, right? I don't give a fuck how many, whatever you did. As long as you have one more goal than the other team, you won. That's
Yes.
the playoffs, baby.
Huge win.
Huge win.
All right. So Friday night, Montreal. I feel like Montreal is going to come out firing. They're going to come out, firing on all cylinders, right? They're going to be in front of their home crowd. That's going to be pumped up. They love this team, young team, fast team. I feel like let's survive the first 10 minutes and let's do what they've been doing, getting these lucky kind of goals. Like, let's be honest, a lot of their goals have just been kind of lucky bounces. They hit one off Chernak to score the first goal. I want to see us kind of flip the script on them and score the first goal in Montreal, right? Probably about that 11-minute mark in the first period, after we survived that first, wave of just momentum and,
11 is important, not 9, not 4.
11 minutes.
11 minutes. Hey, all I care about, let's steal one game. Let's come back 2-2. I like our chance.
Schoolie, what do you think for game 3 in Montreal?
I say we come out big. It's going to be another, as J.R. Ross always said, slobber knocker. And I think we win it 4-1.
Ooh, 4-1. I like that. I like the sound of that.
We've had 2 OTs, and now we go 4-1.
And then,
That's bold.
if the Lightning win game 3 in Montreal, you realize how much pressure automatically, just by Montreal's dumbass press alone,
and their fans,
on these kids that are like, what was average age, like 23 of this team,
something like that. Yeah. What is that? 33?
Yeah, we're up there. But yeah, I really feel like all that pressure goes on to them. And then the good news about tonight's win is we will see Sonia Bryson. She will be at game 5 singing, and it'll actually be her 500th time.
Is it really?
Singing the national anthem.
I was actually tweeting that out right now.
It's at game 5?
At game 5. So the game 5's happening now. So get there, celebrate.
Wait. You guys are not going.
I don't think
I'm not
going.
going. They lose.
I don't think I'm
They
going.
lose. I might go to watch the national anthems and get the.
Someone just asked me for my game 5 tickets, and I said I'm still not sure if I'm going or not. But I don't know. I maybe I'll just
I'm
go.
definitely not going.
I want to go, but
Of course I want to go, but then fucking lose when I go.
Listen, I think the magic happens right here. For all those games in the bubble and for a lot of them in 2021, I was right here.
Well, dude, I have a seat. Dude, game 5, I'm right here. There's no way I'm going anywhere.
Come on
I'm gonna be
over.
couch. Hey, next time, tell your wife I'm coming over.
Yeah, I will. Oh, man. All right. You good, Schoolie?
Yep, good.
All right. Let's go celebrate for a day here. Let's regroup and let's go win a couple games in Montreal. Listen, I said Bolts in 5. Sonia said Bolts in 5 last week. So that dream's still alive. I would love to see us pull off and win these next 3 games and send these guys home. But I think it's
I said Bolts in 6, but I'll be just as happy with Bolts in 5.
I think it's gonna go 7. I do.
And we'll see what happens. We'll let them play the game, and we'll sit here and talk about it.
We'll still win though.
We better. We better. All right. Thanks, everyone out there. Go Bolts. This has been We the Thunder. Tate, we're signing off, man. You can come on after Friday night if you want to join us Friday night. Rick chimes in. Flyers in 5. Sure. I don't really care, but
then he said Bolts in 6. Then he said Bolts in 6.
Right on. I don't care how many games it takes, but let's ride this momentum and let's win this series. We'll be back after Friday night's game, no matter what. Come back and join us. Until then, this has been We the Thunder. Don't forget to be the Thunder.
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah. From the Bay. Turn it up real smooth now. Schoolie. Shooter. Let it ride. Let it ride. Music.